Elimination is the name of the game, as I choose one of 69 shorts I made and give it a video game makeover. For the first round of eliminations, films without dialogue won't work for this. Film 1 has been eliminated, which takes out 21 right off the bat. And we can say goodbye to number 22, already in the style we want, and 67, which has already been deleted forever. And the next wave of eliminations is a massacre. It's a big killer because I've been making such low budget shorts over the last 5 years, I get more interest advertising a film with one role with better pay than 2 roles with half the money each. And the last challenge to jump through is locations. Films with only one shooting space will make a less interesting video game. So, goodbye. This leaves us with 9 to choose from, and I think we have a winner. It's a popular film on the channel, lots of characters, multiple locations. A Toy Has Been Murdered will be our film. 20 seconds in and I immediately regret my decision. I just had to pick the film without humans. This game building software has an array of characters to choose from. You can even generate your own. But no, I went with toy animals. Luckily I found some custom ones someone made online, but it's going to take some in-depth pixel manipulation to get Professor Rubric looking like his on-screen self. Locations equals maps. I've got to judge how big I want the space to be, and then build up a world that looks familiar to that of the film. This is the tricky part. I've got to program the dialogue for each character to say, and then add movement and interactions with the other toys. The hardest bit though will be timing everything to coincide along with the original audio from the film. Many hours later, it's finally done, transforming my short film into a video game style.
You don't have what it takes to be a killer. No, I'm afraid that this is where the mystery must reach its climax. Not too soon a time for it. This display of tyranny and of evil. Yes, at first my gaze was indeed attracted to the most obvious of you, but I very swiftly separated the wheat from the chaff. And I'm afraid that you just don't cut the mustard. You may have motive, twins, for spare parts of all things, but the gumption for murder lies elsewhere. The key is in the details, you see.
Surely you don't think I did it, Inspector?
Why not? You were there, you had motive. And when Richard was alone, you switched off the lights, confusing him. You could then easily have struck him from behind and left him for dead. You'd always been so jealous of the quality time Richard spent being played with, that it would be all too convenient if he was bumped off.
Absurd!
Completely plausible. But the cunning ingenuity of this death lies in the hands of others.
Well, spit it out. Come on, just say it. Say you think I did it. You can throw whatever you want at me, Rubric, but you won't make any of it stick.
But that's exactly what you had time to do, didn't you, Ember? You've had eyes for Richard's wife for quite some time now, and in your fluster you decided to take action. You would have had plenty of time to hit the lights, and then as poor old Richard was scrambling, you stuck him with a knife. I re-engaged the power, but alas, I was too late.
Give me a break. Where do you get this from, Rubric? You might be the high almighty inspector who solved the case of the missing train tracks, but you're kidding yourself this time. Where is this knife, eh? Where's this smoking gun you're on about?
There is no knife. Oh, you might have wanted Janine for yourself, and sadly, it looks like you found your opening regardless. No. This killer left an altogether different clue. And that killer is none other than Pembridge.
I'm sorry. What? That's preposterous.
Fluff.
I beg your pardon.
Fluff. At first I thought it was just a coincidence, but upon further inspection, the demise of Richard was altogether more horrific than it first seems.
How very dare you? You've gone too far this time, Inspector. I had nothing but love for poor old Richard. And everyone will attest that I am a good toy, sir. A good one.
And it is that element, regrettably, where you fall foul. Richard's fate was more vicious than I could ever have dreamt. Upon inspection of the nearby vacuum cleaner, I noticed chunks of fluff deep in its underbelly. But how? And then it came to me. It was you who turned the lights off, and in Richard's blind panic, you struck. The suction, as they say, tore him a new one. Then you flared as he lay on the ground, breathing his last. As I turned the lights back on, I heard the noise, came in, and found the corpse, the vacuum still whirling away. And why? Well, you said it yourself, Pembridge. Because you're a good toy. For years you grew frustrated with forever having to play the eponymous hero or the unwitting sidekick. You decided enough was enough. You wanted to be the bad boy. And with Richard's death on your hands, how could you ever possibly play the gentle toy? My biggest regret is that you have succeeded, and poor Richard has paid the price. But justice never stands still. You may have claimed his life, Pembridge, but you will never claim the role of villain in this household. Take it away.
Bravo!
He's done it again.
Wait! I may be sick of the goody two-shoes image, but I cannot take credit for this masterpiece you wax so lyrically. I was with the twins when the lights went off.
What? Is this true?
You see? Inspector, you said that you turned the lights back on.
Well, yes. Well, more accurately, I flicked the switch on the circuit breakers that had been triggered by you.
Oh my goodness. You don't see it, do you? This is all a tragic happenstance. The old man must have been doing a spring clean. And when the vacuum cleaner overloaded the circuit, it tripped the power in the building. He wasn't the brightest tool in the shared mind. Oh dear, he must have been inspecting what went wrong when...
And I reactivated the power. Oh, my dear, dear Richard. My heart breaks. Indeed, this case has been solved. The murderer was me.